This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Okay, so it's Thursday, which means we're doing a little bit of fantasy guitar shopping in another one of these, what I'm calling the What? How much series of videos that I'm making. We've already done silly money strats and silly money single cuts, and this week it is the turn of the venerable Telecaster. If you've got certainly a 4-figure sum to spend, or maybe even a 5-figure sum to spend on I think what Brad Paisley described as a chopping board with a neck, then we're looking at a few options, you know, if you're after a boutique Telecaster. So without further ado, let's have a look at the runners and riders. Okay, just googled Fender custom shop Telecasters, and this was one of the first sites that came up. You probably recognise it as Anderton's. And as always, when you search for anything Fender custom shop related, all of the relic stuff is, you know, right up at the top of the results. You know, heavy relic, journeyman relic, limited edition time capsule in faded no caster finish. Now that might be nice actually, so we might have a look at that one. But again, you can see all of this kind of relic stuff here. I'm going to pretend that it's my money I'm spending and it wouldn't be getting spent on a relic guitar. Ooh, I like the look of these P90 kind of things. Oh yes, that looks rather tasty. Let's have a look at that one. Wait for the page to load. Here we go. Fender Custom Shop Artisan P90 Flame Maple Telecaster with Fiji mahogany body and AAA flame maple top. Very, very nice looking. So obviously you're getting a mahogany body and a flame maple top. How much that's going to impact on the sound of the guitar is something that many people will debate on for many hours, I suspect. Oh, look at the maple on that neck. That's a lovely piece of timber. And close-up shot of the body. The only thing I'm not really on board with here is that big, rather clinical-looking white scratch plate. I think it would probably look okay without the scratch plate. So you could take it off, but then you'd have the screw holes there, wouldn't you? You know, or if it needs one, well, I guess it would have to be tortoiseshell, wouldn't it? I suppose you know my preferences on that score by now if you've been watching these videos a while. But all in all, a rather beautiful looking guitar. It's got that sort of understated but classy kind of vibe going on. Let's take a look at some specs for it. Okay. So, mahogany body, ebony fretboard, flame maple neck, flame maple top. So the bridge pickup is a custom shop hand wound 51 no caster, and at the neck you've got a custom shop P90. It's going to be an exquisite guitar, this, isn't it? And despite the fact that it's got, you know, a mahogany body, I still think that, you know, the personality of the Telecaster will undoubtedly shine through in this. There was that Trogley's episode ages ago where he played the, I think it was a set neck Telecaster, the Merle Haggard model, and that still sounded a lot like a Telecaster, so I don't doubt that this one will, and it is a beautiful looking thing. In an ideal world it would have 22 frets, and as I say, if it were my money, then this is a custom shop guitar, so I assume that you can order it with a 22 fret neck. So that would be my choice from the Fender stable, and let's see what else we can find. Okay, something a little bit more traditional, at least in terms of appearance, is this Tom Anderson T Icon in transparent butterscotch. This is a used guitar, and used, these things fetch $2,500. So, you know, if we're talking silly money Telecasters, I think that pretty much fits the brief. Let's have a closer look at it. There we go. Very traditional in appearance. Where it says Peach Guitars there, by the way, that's the shop's kind of watermark logo on the picture. That doesn't actually, it looks at the moment like that's actually, yeah, printed on the scratch plate, but it isn't. There we go. You can see the famous Tom Anderson 2-bolt neck fixing, and there's a full shot of the guitar. It's got that sort of understated but classy kind of thing going on, hasn't it? You know, it's an attractive looking guitar in an understated way. Let's have a look at some specifications. So we've got a contoured alder body in transparent butterscotch, caramel maple neck, 25.5-inch scale, even taper neck profile, and 22 medium frets. A pair of Tom Anderson TF1 and TF3 humbucker pickups. Oh, okay. So I guess those pickups must be, you know, stacked humbuckers. Fair enough. What else do you get? 3-way switch and a push-pull pot with a VA booster. I'm assuming that's kind of some sort of active boost that you can kick in. So, you know, 3-position switch, presumably all noise cancelling because the pickups are humbucking, and you can kick in a bit of a boost. That's you know, that's a nice range of sounds that are going to be on offer. So yeah, this would be a strong contender if it were my money. So anyway, let's see what's next. Okay, you cannot talk about high-end Strat or Telecaster style guitars without mentioning the name Suhr, and this is the Suhr Dealer Select Classic T in black with a tortoiseshell pickguard. I wonder what made me choose this one. Anyway, let's have a close look at it. Handsome looking beast, it has to be said. There's the back view there, and let's see. Oh, dearie me. But yes, indeed, doesn't that just catch the light beautifully? Again, this is a simple guitar. It's not trying to cram in a million different features and things. It just does what it does very simply but very well. You'll notice the control plate there is on back to front. That's a common mod. Many people do with the Telecaster to get the pickup switch, or to get the pickup selector out the way and get the volume control a little bit closer for doing swells and stuff. Again, beautiful looking guitar. There it is. Every angle you look at this guitar from, it looks even better than the previous view. So let's take a look at the specs. Scrolly. Here we go. So you're getting an alder body with a maple neck, medium C neck profile, Indian rosewood fretboard, 9 to 12-inch radius fretboard. So you're getting compound radius fretboard. 22 medium stainless steel frets, a tusk nut, and the woodshed single coils. Let's see if we've got some more info on those. These are made with Alnico 5 special magnets to impart a soulful vintage tone with bite and clarity. Paired with the SSC2 system, hum from the single coils is reduced without affecting your tone. Truly transparent noise reduction. Yeah, that noise reduction system is the kind of proprietary Suhr kind of way of weeding out the 50 hertz hum. £2,500 will buy you one of these, and it's tempting. I've got to tell you, it is. But anyway, let's move on and see what else we can find. Let's see if we can find something a little bit more exclusive in terms of price, shall we? Okay, we've been here before, haven't we? The Gordon Smith website, they do a classic T model. As I said, I'm trying to find some high-end, like really high-end, like, you know, kind of not just a 4-figure price tag, a 5-figure price tag, Telecaster style guitars, but I really am struggling. It does seem to be that if you're determined to kind of blow 10 grand on a guitar, you'll struggle to do it on a Telecaster. Or that kind of instrument. As you may know, if you've been on the Gordon Smith website, you can spec up the guitar to your own requirements. The picture here is just an example picture of what a Gordon Smith guitar looks like. It doesn't sort of update as you spec up the guitar. Well, that's a handsome looking beast anyway, isn't it? Let's take a closer look at that. There it is, and let's widen that out like that, and as you can see there, you've got a lovely figured maple neck, and semi-hollow body, and it's just a guitar that exudes quality. If that were mine, if I was ordering this, then it wouldn't have that plain white scratch plate on it, but somebody will love it, I'm sure. So what have I specced up here? Well, we've got the thin line semi-solid right-handed swamp ash body with a roasted flame maple neck. I do like the Gordon Smith thin neck profile, and we've got a roasted flame maple fretboard as well. Let's have the top and bottom of the body bound in a walnut veneer, just to kind of give it shades of the old Mark II Jag kind of thing going on. Goto modern classic Telecaster tray bridge. I would put a P90 in the neck position of it, I think, just because you can. Cream cover on that, regular Gordon Smith single coil bridge pickup, tobacco burst finish, gloss body but a satin neck. That gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you like the kind of gorgeous kind of dipped in molten glass kind of sheen on the body, but like a nice kind of tactile woody kind of feel to the neck. Tortoiseshell scratch plate, obviously, locking strap buttons, and a CTS switchcraft wiring loom. I always thought you could order these Gordon Smith guitars with stainless steel frets, but apparently this is only available with nickel silver, although I suppose if you were to give them a call, they would be happy to accommodate you. But, thick end of 2,000 quid, it's still at, the budget end of the lottery winners, kind of price range, really, isn't it? But still a beautiful guitar nonetheless. Okay, the most expensive guitar in the lineup today. I was expecting to be able to spend, at least twice this on a really esoteric Telecaster style guitar, but apparently, well, according to what I've found, you're going to struggle to do that. But $4,500 will buy you the Macmull Guitars Heartbreaker in Vintage Burst. So let's see what you're getting for that money then. Well, it's a super light one-piece alder body. Premium maple neck, rosewood fretboard, 60s C neck profile, 21 Dunlop 6105 frets, 9.5-inch fretboard radius, 2 in-house Macmull single coil pickups, CTS pots, the Emerson paper in oil capacitor on the tone control, and so on and so on. It's in Vintage Burst, and unusually for a Macmull guitar, I don't think this one is relict. Yeah, actually it is when you look at it close up. It didn't look it in the thumbnail, but this is full of that kind of phony aging. There you can see on the neck, and the kind of simulated buckle rash on the back of the guitar. It's not a bad looking guitar. As you know, I am partial to anything with a tortoiseshell scratch plate, but I just find the whole relicking thing to be a bit contrived and faked, really. But if it floats your boat, good luck to you. So yeah, that would be the deal killer for me on this guitar, even more so than the phony aging. It's just that headstock shape, as somebody said on the last video that I did about, I think it was the Silly Money Strats video. It looks like a paddle headstock that's just been kind of squared off because they couldn't think of anything more interesting to do. So yes, that is what $4,500 will buy you. If you like something that looks kind of aged and vintage and everything, then that might be the one for you. I doubt it will be my choice though. Okay, so the surprising thing for me there was that if you were desperate to spend about $10,000 right at the top end of the budget, then there's not a lot of choice out there. I think there was one on the Andertons website that was around about that kind of money, but I didn't look at that because, as I said, I'm pretending it's my money that I'm spending, and that was, some to my eyes, awful looking relic guitar. I don't like relic guitars. You know, if you do, fine. That's we're all different and we all have different tastes. But you know, that was the only one that I could see as I was kind of looking through the options, and I didn't investigate it because it's not my cup of tea. It seems that, like last week when we did the Silly Money single cuts, you know, there was a Paul Reed Smith private stock McCarthy guitar there that was up in that sort of 10 grand tier, and it seems the only Telecasters that I could find anywhere that exist up in that kind of price bracket are relic ones. There's nothing available in that for that kind of money if you want something that just looks pretty. You know what I mean? So there you go. Anyway, it seems even for lottery winners, the Telecaster is still the blue-collar option, you know, the reasonably priced guitar for maybe about 4 or 5 grand. So we come to the question of which guitar would I have? Well, I've got to tell you, none of the above, because if I was in the market for a boutique Telecaster, then it would have to be the Scott Guitars John Robson signature model. Yes, okay, so that isn't a proper Telecaster in the fact that it has humbuckers, but there's one or two clever switching options on there, which I'll tell you more about when the guitar arrives, that, you know, kind of does get it a lot closer to, you know, kind of standard Fender single coil sounds. On the subject of when the guitar's going to arrive, I am reliably informed by Dan, who's building it, that, you know, to keep my diary clear for the 8th of November. That's when it's going to be arriving. So I really am like a kid at Christmas, or in the run-up to Christmas now. I was going to post an update video on the guitar, but I've decided not to. The reason is I don't want to see any pictures of it anymore until it's, you know, here with me. I want the next time I see it, I want it to be kind of when I'm looking at it in the flesh. So I'm going to kind of just, you know, keep me powder dry till then. Anyway, folks, that's pretty much it for today. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you've found it reasonably entertaining. That is, after all, the point of all of this. And if you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not give me a like while you're at it? And if you're interested in supporting the channel, all the links are down below in the description. Thank you so much if you're supporting me in any of those ways. And thank you in advance if you're thinking about doing it. And finally, don't forget the live stream tomorrow, 5 p.m. UK time. I'm sure you know all about it, but if you're new to the channel, every Friday we have a bit of a live stream at 5 o'clock, and it's just basically about sitting around having a beer and talking about music and guitars. Great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see many of you there. And with that, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. See you next time. Bye for now.